In March, my family and I took a 10-day trip to Andalusia region, which is southern part of Spain. We took an 11-hour flight from LAX to Lisbon and had an overnight layover in Lisbon, and we got to kind of check out the city for just the night, and then took a connecting flight early in the morning to Sevilla. Once we got to Sevilla, we did a full-on road trip, focusing on this whole region. And you may be asking, how come you didn't go to Barcelona or Madrid, which I've never been to? And the reason was we're visiting Sevilla to meet my sister and her fiance. So instead of going to other big cities, I wanted to just kind of focus on this area because there's no direct flight here. Everywhere you go is unique in its own way, but this region was especially unique because it has been occupied by different types of people over the years. The Moors and the Muslim influences can definitely be seen in a lot of the cities that we visited. You also may be wondering how I came up with this itinerary. And one of my main sources of information is the DK Eyewitness tour books because it has a lot of good visuals. And I kind of went through all the lists with other tour books as well of the cities that I wanted to visit. And on top of that, got some help from Gemini to kind of plan out the routes. Sevilla is the fourth largest city in Spain with about 700,000 people. After a nice brunch, we started our sightseeing with the cathedral. It's a really cool cathedral and a lot of interesting things inside the cathedral, like the Cristobal Columbus tomb. And we also walked up the tower, and it has a fantastic view of all of the city. The cool thing about Sevilla is that all the highlights of the city are within walkable distance. At night before dinner, we went to see the Setas de Sevilla, this mushroom-looking thing. And pictures don't do it justice because there's so much energy in this area with so many people hanging out and grabbing food around here. It's just a really cool place to visit. As part of dinner, we had to try the Iberico jamón. And as advertised, it was really, really good. The next day, we spent a couple hours at the Alcázar of Sevilla. It's known for its unique combination of Islamic, Christian, and Renaissance architecture, and it is still being used as a royal palace to this day. It's one of Spain's most visited monuments and a UNESCO World Heritage Site. And with this short video, I can't do justice to all these awesome spots that we visited, but just wanted to give you a glimpse of what it looks like and so that hopefully you can one day visit too. After the Alcázar, the kids were too tired, so we sent them back home. And we visited the Plaza de España. It's so vibrant and lively here, and some live music. You can also ride the horse and bicycles around this area. And we didn't spend a lot of time here, but one of my favorite places to just look at was this Tower of Sevilla, or Torre Sevilla. The next morning I rented a car and we started driving to Cordoba. On the way to Cordoba, we dropped by Castillo Almodóvar del Rio. It was a really cool castle on the top of a hill, and I also wanted to visit because it was featured in Game of Thrones. We only spent a half day at Cordoba, but I must say the mezquita that we visited was probably one of the most unique places that I've visited. It was a mosque that was turned into a cathedral, but now they kind of coexist. Sevilla and Granada are usually the much more well-known cities, but I'm really glad we visited Cordoba. The highlight of Granada is definitely the Alhambra Palace. And Alhambra is an interesting place because there are a lot of different areas that doesn't really seem to fit together, but they all coexist. We started with the Carlos V Palace, which is the latest addition to the complex, and then moved to the Alcazaba, which is the fortress part of Alhambra to protect the royal residence. And then we went into the Nazareth palaces, which was really amazing with all the architecture and the beauty of the building. And then at the end, we went to Generalife, which in English reads General Life, like an insurance company, but yeah, it was a cool summer palace garden for the people who were living at the Alhambra. We actually stayed right across from the Alhambra complex, so they will be easy for us to get to the tour in the morning and also be able to feel the vibe of staying so close to such a historic site. In Spain, there are something called Paradores, which are historical buildings that you can stay overnight in. In Alhambra itself, there was a Parador, but it was a little too expensive while we were visiting, so we decided to stay right across. In the late afternoon, we also walked through the historical quarters of Albaicín, which was really cool, and went to Plaza de San Nicolas, where you get amazing views of the Alhambra, and stayed there to kind of get the night view and the sunset as well. After 2 amazing nights in Granada, we drove to Nerja, and there we went to visit a cave. And this cave was no joke. It was really big, and there's some really cool rock formations. It is a bit of a walk up and down, so definitely wear something comfortable for your visit if you do. After visiting the cave, we drove about 2.5 hours to a place called Ronda. And to be honest, Ronda was actually my favorite place to visit on this trip, and that was a very hard decision. The Airbnb that we got for the night had amazing views of the highlight of the city, which was this bridge. And it's so cool that I've never heard of this place before I started doing my research for this trip. This bridge, I believe, was also in Game of Thrones and great to look at, but the scenery from the city was also amazing. Just looking down at the valley and also seeing the sun coming up and sun go down. It was so peaceful and nice. The dinner we had was really good too, and Ronda is known for their oxtail dishes, and we also got the paella. And the waiters here were just so friendly. I think this was definitely one of my favorite meals all time. Thinking about the food, the ambiance, and just the company. After just staying 1 night at Ronda and enjoying the morning, we checked out of the Airbnb and drove to Gibraltar. We could have saved several hours by driving back to Sevilla from Ronda, but because Gibraltar was so close, we wanted to check it out. It's such a unique place, being a UK territory, and also potentially being able to see the Africa continent on a clear day. And it has such a unique border crossing through an airfield as well. This is an active airfield that planes actually take off and land. We ended up not doing a lot of tourist stuff here, but only spent a couple hours, but it was still a very cool experience. After coming back to Sevilla, we had a free full day. It was a little rainy, but we had a great time just relaxing and hanging out. Wrapping up the trip, here are some top tips for a trip to Andalusia. My top recommendation would be to buy the Alhambra tickets early and also be aware of the meal times that are very different from the US. All in all, this was a fantastic trip and I highly recommend it. Here's a full itinerary of the places that we visited, and I hope this helps you to plan your visit to Andalusia.